Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm your host, Greg. Thank you for joining another video here on Factor of Games. We're going to take a look at Suicide Squad. I know this isn't everybody's cup of tea, but I wanted to check it out and see how the game ran on the Steam Deck. So I bought it for like $27.99 on sale. There was nothing I really had to do under properties for compatibility, so we should be good to go. And they've got an official layout. And let's just jump in. So I've really liked, what Rocksteady did with the Batman Arkham series. All of the Arkham games were, in my opinion, really good. Gotham Knights, it was okay. It wasn't my favorite necessarily, but it was okay. But Suicide Squad kind of takes this in a different direction. It's more like a shooter and less like the choreographed fighting, right, in that sense. Although I'm not a huge DC fan. I've never really been into comics myself. But, obviously Batman's been big. I remember the movies when I was a kid. The original ones, not the Batman old show in the 60s or 70s or whatever it was. But like the original movies that came out in the 80s with, I even forget who was in there. I can't remember who made those, but all I remember is Prince made a lot of the soundtracks, I guess. And, I liked those movies a lot, just for the action, right? For the Batman action. It wasn't a huge thing that I was definitely looking to kind of watch, but I liked it. So, moving into today, I don't really know like a ton of these Suicide Squad characters. I like Harley Quinn. I think a lot of people do. I think that King Shark looks and seems funny in the previews. Didn't know a lot about Deadshot and know very little about Boomerang, Captain Boomerang. So I thought, I'll give it a try. I'm going in with real no expectations or anything like that. So one of the things that you first see is this warning. It's going to talk about like, hey, you've got single chip memory, might not perform well. I don't think it was really having much impact, but it is something to keep in mind. Under your options here, if we go in and we look at, go look at options, and we go in to look at the video, I've got everything on super low, like every possible thing. Ultra performance on AMD's FSR2. I've got everything on quality presets low. I've killed off any kind of ray tracing, anything that would utilize any kind of extra power, right? If you keep going down, motion blur's off, bloom is off, chromatic aberration's off. So it's basically at the bare minimum, but it's actually running pretty well. I was surprised. I didn't think it would run well at all. Let's see here. We've got Harley Quinn. It's kind of her loadout. I haven't played too much. I got through the main beginning of it and stuff like that. Then you've got Deadshot. Kind of more of your, I guess, sniper, expert armsman. You've got King Shark, just kind of the tank. Funny. The cutscenes have been funny watching him. And then you've got Captain Boomerang, which is kind of maybe another all-around character. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm going to play probably as Harley Quinn. And we'll jump in and take a look at it. Now, I'm not sure if I'm playing online. It does have anti-cheat, but I think they have servers that allow you to play with the Steam Deck and kind of skips the anti-cheat process or, negates it because you're not playing against other players with the anti-cheat capabilities. So, let's take a look at what we've got here. We're on the first mission. We've just all placed bombs in our head through a little brawl that we had in Arkham Asylum. And now we need to kind of blow this wall here and be able to jump in. You can kind of see, though, we're running about 65, 64 FPS. I think we're all set there. They're loading theirs up. I don't know how far I have to stand back here. Where'd the shark go? Stand back here. I guess we didn't have much of a choice. But yes, 22 watts, 23 watts. This is really running at max capacity for the OLED. I mean, you're seeing GPU at 97 to 99%, CPUs at like 80, 85%. Our RAM, we're using pretty much all the available RAM that we have. Okay, who's opening the door? Do I have to? I probably have to.
Elevator's a no-go.
How do we open the door? Oh. There we go. We're breaking into an area, as far as I know. That's the story. They've still got their Arkham outfits on. That's funny. But the battery is going to take a hit for playing this. I mean, even with this bigger battery, we've got about 25% left. You know, maybe 2 hours. Maybe 2 hours. Maybe a little bit more. If we've got about 25% and we've got 31 minutes left, which is what that little number to the far right is, that's our time that we have remaining on the battery. You can figure we've got about 2 hours maybe out of this, but it definitely looks good. Even with all the stuff, I think that OLED screen and the density of the pixels, you know, definitely help when you're on like performance mode. It's a massive difference when you have it on screen versus if we had it on direct capture.
I have read much about the
So let's see, what do we have to do? Jump off?
They are larger than I expected.
We do have some capabilities of slinging around, but right now I don't know if we actually have those or not. Oh, we're in like the Hall of Justice or something. It's kind of cool. How do we get in? Or maybe we're not going that way. Maybe we're going up here. Oh, there's the Green Lantern. We're still getting about 66 or so on the FPS, which is much better than I thought. Originally, when I first started checking this out, I had I think it was Bloom on, and I might have had like another item on. Everything else was set to low, and it was only doing about 45-ish, 50-ish frames, maybe 45 frames per second, something like that. Okay, now we're out of the building. Let's see what we're going to get. That FSR is a little rough. There's no doubt about that. We're still seeing the same kind of, we're actually up to 23 watts. We're seeing roughly the same draw on the CPU and the GPU. And all of the, yeah, it looks like all of the RAM is pretty much allocated across the board.
This has one-way ticket written all over it.
But lots of cutscenes, but I mean, I'm going to skip this one. Lots of cutscenes, but you know, we're still seeing what, 40s out here? 47, 50, 51. Inside the building, we were in the 60s. It's not bad.
Looks like the party's over.
Not bad for this game. I was thinking, you know, wait long enough to see if they've optimized it. I think they've optimized it probably to the max that they can. That would be my guess.
Why would you say that?
Okay, can I jump off here? There we go. I thought she could swing. And they've got these double jumps. I don't know how they do the double jump stuff. It's the one thing I haven't figured out. Maybe they have special boots? Or maybe they're just like, we'll give them the ability not to fall to their death. Oh, wait, we gotta go somewhere here. There we go.
The hell is that? Is it a bloody alien?
I'm not even here in the story at this point. If you wonder how I record these, that is the cord at the top is actually a little auxiliary out of the headphone jack into a DJI mic pack. And I usually have it plugged in, but I'm trying something new here where I'm talking along with the video, but I'm recording it in separate channels. So hopefully, like, I can put out 2 videos. One that has the commentary if anybody's interested in hearing my thoughts on it, and the other one would be just game running, right? You're just hearing the game audio, so I can break these channels up. I think it'll make sense. Here's a little bit of the shooting. It's kind of something I was hoping we would get to. I'm going to get a little closer to these guys. And there is a way that you can... Okay, I'm going to jump off. There we go. You can gain shield, which I thought was an interesting mechanic. There hasn't been anything like that as far as I can tell in any of the other style games. But again, this is more of a shooter. It's not the choreographed like melee combat that you have in Arkham and Gotham Knights and stuff like that. So I'm not trying to compare it to those games either. I think it's 2 different games, or definitely 2 different styles of games. Now we're in the 30s. Being on the ground, a little bit more detail, stuff like that. It's definitely brought it down. So I think FSR does improve that. Like if we go back in and we turn FSR back on, where we're seeing like, what was it, 30s? Where is it? Video. Upscaling. Oh, there it is. FSR2, Ultra Performance. Nothing else has changed. We're back to what we were. We were seeing 30s on the ground. I mean, we're still seeing 30, 40s. I mean, it's not a huge benefit on this game. Maybe there's just not enough resources to make FSR work properly, you know, to really showcase it. Usually I like FSR to be on quality anyhow, or balanced at the bare minimum. We're on ultra performance, so that's why we kind of get this look. And yeah, I mean, being in the 30s, 40s, at least it's above 30. I will say that. Whether or not people consider 30 playable, that's one thing, but I'd probably say the game's going to range between 30 and 60, depending upon if you're indoors or out in the open world kind of area. But yeah, that's it for this one. Greatly appreciate everybody taking a look. I enjoyed this. I'm going to definitely take a look at this game a little bit deeper. I'm probably going to throw it on the 4090 PC and see how it runs. But if you haven't already, definitely subscribe to the channel. Click the subscribe button below. Some people will see that light up. They're actually doing some testing, so you should be able to see it light up if you're one of the test candidates. I thought that was kind of neat. And also, give it a like or click the like button, and definitely help put the video out there for others to see. And if you want, jump in the comments and let me know who your favorite DC character is, or if I'm completely wrong and this game is just garbage. I don't know. I don't see it, but I don't have the same connection as a lot of people do. So I'm thinking that it's maybe growing up with liking DC Comics, you're going to have a different take than I would. Okay, folks. Have a great night. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.